Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Really excited to have you all here. My name is Suresh Chetur. So today I'm welcoming you to our webinar on connected vehicles and warranty, what it means in this specific context. So to talk about the warranty trends and what we are seeing, and what are some of the things to watch out for and the trends that we are seeing, and how do you prepare as a manufacturer or as a distributor or as a supplier. We have here today Eric Arnhem, who most of you might be familiar, who is the editor-in-chief at Warranty Week. And Eric is going to share with us his insights, how the industry is performing, what are the trends that we are seeing. I am going to add what we are seeing as a warranty service provider and a player in the aftermarket space, the trends and the things to watch out for. With that said, Eric, I'll pass it over to you. And here's Eric Arnhem.
Thank you, Suresh. Thank you very much. And thanks for all of you for joining us for this webinar this afternoon. As Suresh said, I am the editor of Warranty Week newsletter, which you can find on the web at warrantyweek.com. It's a free newsletter. It's sponsored by Tavant, so it's free to readers, so I welcome you all to sign up if you haven't already. What we're going to do in the next half hour is just really go through some of the trends that we're seeing in product warranty, manufacturer's warranty, factory warranty, whatever you want to call it, for specifically for electric vehicles. Let's go to my first slide. I don't want to spend too much time going through the accounting of warranties, but basically the way that most manufacturers finance their warranty expenses is when they sell a product, they determine how much that warranty will cost in the 1 or 3 or 5 years that warranty is effective. So let's say that they sell a vehicle and they determine that the warranty is going to cost $500 over the life of the warranty. Then at the time of sale, they would put $500 in warranty accruals into the warranty reserve fund. And then 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever later, the actual bill comes due from the repair organizations and the dealers that are repairing these vehicles, or sometimes even replacing them, the warranty claims. So first you put the money in the bank, and then you spend the money. What we're looking at here is the amount of money that these companies have put into the bank. And you're looking at that and you say, well, I only see 2 names on there. There's a reason for that. There are 16 different manufacturers on this chart. There's European, Asian, North American companies, Volkswagen, Daimler, Hyundai, BMW, Fiat, Chrysler, Renault is on here, of course GM and Ford, Tata, Toyota, Honda, Nissan. There's probably a few that I'm forgetting, but they're all the gray lines. They are making internal combustion engine vehicles, whether it's diesel or gasoline, petrol or whatever you call it. Many of them are also making electric vehicles now. But the problem is that each company releases only one set of figures for all of their products in all of their markets all over the world. And some of them do so only once a year. So you see it looks like a staircase there. I'll tell you, the top line there is Volkswagen. In 2015, yes, that's correct, they put 10% of their sales revenue aside to finance warranty claims. That is absolutely accurate. That's a piece of math that I took out of their annual report. That's not a fact that they would seek to publicize, but that is the absolute truth. In 2015, they put 10% of the money they made from selling vehicles into their warranty reserve fund. That was, of course, because of the diesel testing scandal and all of the problems that they had. But most of these companies are putting, 2, 3, 4, Yeah, most of them fit into that range, 2 to 4% of their revenue aside to finance warranty claims. And the thing is that warranty accruals are something that you think will happen to you in the future. As I said, when you sell the vehicle, you say, I expect the warranty to cost $500 per vehicle on average. So every time I sell a vehicle, I'm going to put $500 in the bank. In reality, it never turns out that way. Maybe it'll be $450, maybe it'll be $600, maybe it would even be $300. But the warranty accruals are a forward-looking amount that's determined by the actuaries and the finance people. They're looking at trends in parts costs, in labor costs, tax rates, and of course reliability. You know, if they know they're selling vehicles that are better than they were a year ago, they'll put a little bit less into their warranty reserve. If they foresee problems or recalls or something like that, maybe they'll boost it a little bit. And that's what you see here in this crazy tangle of lines, is you see their expectations. This is what they believe will happen in the future. And you see Tesla in red. Back in 2010, they expected some really bad things to happen. They were putting almost 6% of their revenue into the warranty reserve fund at one point in 2010, because they thought, you know, electric vehicles are going to cost more. And over time it went up, it went down, it's popped over 4%, it's gone down to 2%, or that range of 2 to 3%. But you see, over the past 18 years, that's the way it's gone. The thing I want you to see here is that in 2021, at least in the first quarter of 2021, they put a record low amount of their revenue into the warranty reserve fund. In other words, they believe that going forward they will be spending less per vehicle on warranty expenses than ever before. The other company I want to point out to you here is BYD. Build Your Dreams is the name of the company. And the reason that I put both of these on here is that, as I said, every company releases just one set of figures. So for Nissan and General Motors and BMW and Volkswagen, all the companies that are making electric cars, the statistics, the expenses of those vehicles are mixed in with all the internal combustion vehicles. So you don't get a clear read on internal combustion versus electric. But with Tesla and BYD, what you have are pure plays. They make nothing but. So their expenses are all reflecting, it's saying my internet connection is unstable. I apologize for that. They are putting aside the money just for electric vehicles. Now let's go to the next slide. On the next slide, we're looking at warranty claims rates. This is the mirror image of warranty accruals. This is the actual amount that's being spent. So warranty accruals are what you believe will happen in the future. Warranty claims, that's what actually happened in the past. Again, you see Tesla, 4.5% of their warranty, 4.5% of their revenue was going towards warranty expenses in 2012. That's pretty high. Compared to their competition, that was the highest. It's the same 16 companies on here. And once again, Volkswagen, they're the one with the big hump there in the middle. 2017, they were spending 9% of their revenue on warranty claims. So once again, that's an incredible amount. It's all related again to the diesel testing scandal. But the others are on here as well. There are luxury manufacturers on here. Daimler and BMW and Tata with Jaguar and Land Rover. GM and Ford are here once again, and Toyota and Honda, Hyundai, Kia. You name it, 16 different manufacturers representing well over 90% of the world's production of passenger cars. And lo and behold, you look at the red line and the orange line, look where they are. They're right there at the bottom. And if that's not clear enough, let's go to the third slide. Now we're looking at a close-up. We're looking at only three and a half, not even 3.5 years, 13 quarters of data from the beginning of 2018 to the first quarter of 2021. And to allow the scale to compact a little bit, I eliminated Volkswagen. Took them right out of the data so that I could draw this for you. So now there are only 15 OEMs on this list. But look at where Tesla and BYD are. In 2020 and 2021, they are the lowest cost manufacturers in terms of warranty in the world. Now, many questions. Why is this happening? Why are they the lowest? I don't have answers for you. But fortunately, Suresh is here. And so I'll hand it to you, Suresh, to explain to us why we saw what we just did.
Thank you, Eric. That's really good insights. And by the way, from my side, very happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
Birthday today. So glad you could join us on your birthday here. So like Eric said, some very interesting numbers. Most of you are probably listening to this, familiar with some of these trends. You might have dealt with those numbers from your organization. Where is EV leadings or alternate energy vehicles leading us in the market? And what are some of the factors that are contributing or expected to contribute that lower warranty spend? So that's what we wanted to address in the next few thought process here. So, excuse me. So the case vehicles, the connected, autonomous, shared and electric vehicles, as all of you are aware, there is a lot of excitement in the market, both from the consumer perspective as well as from the OEMs and their suppliers and the whole ecosystem of manufacturing perspective, right? Now, what is driving it? Again, preaching to the choir here a little bit, but as you know, there's a lot of focus right now on sustainability, both at an individual level as well as the authorities. The governments are taking action with very clearly set targets of climate change action by certain years, and they're providing incentives in many across the globe to increase adoption of the battery electric as well as other electric vehicles. Consumers also tend to be really liking the connected aspects of it. In the recent surveys, what came out clearly is that some of the most widely used aspects of why people are adopting EV are obviously the sustainability aspect of it, lower cost of ownership. So that's a big selling point, as you are all aware. And also consumers tend to prefer that connected features aspect of it. In some ways, I relate this to the iPhone moment in the consumer phone departments, right? You could make calls before that. iPhone introduced a totally different way of human-machine interface. How you interact with your device, how you interact with your network, with your social network. So that changed the way. So I believe that the electric vehicle market is probably going to have that inflection point in terms of user experience. Now, linking to that point is, what are the buyer's preferences? So definitely they prefer the new flashy aspects of it. They tend to prefer connected features, as I mentioned. And they also tend to prefer the connected service aspects of it. We are all used to certain ways of getting our cars maintained, or used and operated and maintained. Now, the paradigms are changing too. Some of the highly sought after aspects of EV ownership is related to the predictive maintenance aspects of it, the remote service aspects of it, how the customer can see the whole experience at their fingertips. The mobile apps can give them the status of their vehicle, the recommendations, and help them to look up for the charging infrastructure, the servicing infrastructure. So that's been highly sought after. Now, the caveat here is that most of these customers who actually were surveyed for this also mentioned that they're likely to use those features provided they're easy to use. So I think it also goes, because that's where I want to point the differentiation here. All these functionalities can be done irrespective of whether it's an EV or a ICE vehicle. However, the EV era is also assuring how you engage with the customer. It's more customer centric now. The customer can directly interface with the manufacturer, and that gives them the more confidence and streamlined aspect that they are used to with their other gadgets. So car is becoming another gadget. Case in point here is that many of the buyers mentioned that they're likely to buy the connected services if it is offered by the manufacturer. So this opens up an array of opportunities for the manufacturers in terms of how to sell the services to them. How do you make it easy to use? How do you make it available and stand behind that product? And at what point of time in the sales cycle that it makes most sense? It is also found out that the buyers are more likely to buy these products either if it is at the point of sale, at the time of sale, or if it is offered as an annual subscription basis. So net, I think the EV era is poised to, as you all know, to leapfrog the whole automobile industry into the next segment. I think it's also bringing in new ways of selling, new ways of interacting with your customer, know your customer, and provide them more proactive service and features. Simran, if you can go to the next slide. So what does that mean from a warranty standpoint, or rather broadly from an aftermarket standpoint? Because this era is also about service and warranty and everything that happens after the sale being interconnected. They are not siloed systems anymore. The first and foremost thing is, as we heard Eric talking about, the cost of warranty for EVs are expected to be lower than the corresponding ICE vehicles. Likewise, the cost of ownership, the expectation from the buyers is that the total cost of ownership is lower, which means from a warranty standpoint, the warranty costs and corresponding the accruals and what you do will tend to go lower. Now, one thing to watch out here is that at the beginning of it, whether you are a traditional manufacturer or whether you are an upcoming startup doing this, one thing to watch out for is, or plan for, is to have that uptick. This is definitely introducing new SKUs into your portfolio. The connected devices, the EVs, tend to have more sensors and associated systems. Many of them will bring in their own challenges in terms of supporting it. The longevity of some of these devices are yet to be known. The ICE vehicles are in the market for a long time, and it's well known, about the longevity and the reliability of the parts. However, when it comes to EVs, it's not very well established, especially if you look at the ever-changing technology of batteries. The capacity is increasing, the charge rates are increasing. How long it is going to last? We're not sure. So some of the things to watch out for is, how do you, in your warranty system, how flexible it is to allow you, one, to give you that warranty policy that caters to a varied set of sensors, systems, that you offer. And how do you ensure your customers that you're standing behind your product? So does that mean that you're offering them extended warranties, elongated warranty policies, warranty terms? The answer is probably out there, but I think what you need to look out for is the systems are helping you not only to set those up, but also to continuously predict and offer you insights to continuously fine-tune your policies going forward. In the same way, managing the transition to EVs, I think that there are challenges from a buyer standpoint and likewise from a manufacturer standpoint. When it comes to warranties, again, part of that is applicable. First and foremost, it's about training the user. So the be it the technicians or your warranty processors, how do you enable them in the new world where the warranty terms and conditions could be different, warranty terms and conditions could be more flexible, and you're dealing with a lot more data and analytics driven environment. So how do you make sense out of that? And in the same way, your selection of your aftermarket products and solutions and systems, you want to ensure that it offers you that degree of automation. It can digest all that data coming from the IoT systems, the telemetry information, and give you a collective view of what is involved, how much of this is what these claims are warrantable, and what is recommended. So that will help you in this transition phase, where you can deal with the unknowns in a much more data-driven fashion. If you go to the next slide now. All right. Now, that's the transition phase. Now, the last slide that Eric shown you, that how did the electric EV manufacturers kept their warranty claims so low? So Tesla had estimated a high cost of warranty at the beginning, and the very next year they seem to have had that kind of a warranty system. Now, over a period of time, it is expected that the standardization is going to reduce those costs. Now, at the beginning, there's still a lot of proprietary technology in most of the EV products out there. The biggest cost factor, the cost of the battery pack and associated BMS and other systems are the biggest contributor to that one. The expectation, the analyst expectation is that over a period of time, more and more of these parts are going to get standardized. Now, that could be your battery packs, your associated systems, your drivetrain, the motors, or even the charging infrastructure. We are seeing signs that the proprietary systems are being opened up, and there are more collaboration happening in the industry. And more likely than not, there are going to be more standardization happening, where you could potentially charge in any charging infrastructure. So those aspects will play a bigger role in minimizing the warranty, the cost of ownership, as well as correspondingly warranty costs in the future. The shift to customer focus. So this is very important. Again, from a selection and operation of your warranty systems, the biggest trend that we are seeing is that the operating model. From a traditional dealer-driven model, now a lot of those actions are being shifted to a customer front. Your selling experience, or rather your buying experience, is more and more becoming more manufacturer influenced. I don't want to say it's fully controlled by them, but they definitely have more influence on that process. But since that point, from a buyer standpoint, your interaction seems to be more and more gravitating towards the manufacturer. So this is where the whole sensor-driven suite and the data-driven infrastructure comes into picture. So your customers are going to look up to that single point experience, be it that mobile app, which lets them everything from unlocking their cars to get it ready for you to start your commute, to telling them in advance what are the potential problems that you may have. How do you self-diagnose? How do you self-repair going forward? Or how can the manufacturer or that network can help you to prevent these problems ahead of time? That will drive the customer experience. That will drive the new revenue models for the manufacturer in terms of offering subscribed services. It also will play a big role in how you manage your warranty costs. So your ideal warranty system of the future will look at that sensor fusion, sensor data coming from the vehicle. It will look at that the service aspects of it. It will recommend how some of the issues can be prevented ahead of time. How can the customer take care of the health of the vehicle to a large extent? All of that will translates into how do you avoid claims in the first place. So that is the customer-centric, data-driven future that we believe that the manufacturers need to watch out for. The predictive maintenance and remote service, as I mentioned, right now there is a lot. These are two of the biggest areas of interest for the customers, and likewise, I believe this will drive how the manufacturers control their costs. Now, integration, your warranty system should integrate with your IoT, CRM, service, parts, so that you can have a holistic experience. That translates to a remote service, that translates to preventing the claims in the first place. That's what will take you to that lower warranty cost that Eric was projecting earlier. Last but not least, the change of ownership. Now there are a lot of aspects into the future vehicle ownership here. Everything from moral, ethical, regulatory, as well as how do you operate it. Not going to touch upon those aspects of it, but also from a warranty standpoint, some of the other factors that could influence is the ownership models. The sharing model, the subscription models are getting more and more attention. And from an ownership standpoint, the customers will need assurances when they buy a used product. How does the warranty cover for me? Am I buying something which is not going to be supported in the long term? So your systems, your warranty system should also help you to project how confidently you can offer some of those warranties based on the performance of the vehicles, the data fusion that we spoke about, and offer the customer more confidence boosting policies to enable more used vehicle aspects as well. So these are some of the high level insights that we as a warranty provider, aftermarket provider, are seeing in the market. So systems like the One Warranty are enabled to integrate seamlessly all these data sources and give that single view from an aftermarket standpoint. We hope this was helpful. This gave you some points to take forward to. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. There is an warranty chain management conference coming up end of August 30th to September 1. We hope to meet most of you there as well, where we can continue some of these conversations.